everyone, it's Julie here of Baby Nomad doing a short video on standing properly. So you probably think, standing properly? Well, you know, why? Where's the science in that? Well, there's a lot you can do, especially when you're pregnant or postnatally, to help with your posture. Okay, so I'm going to be standing in mountain pose. Right, so you can't see my feet, but they're there. Yeah, you know what feet look like. So do this with me. Stretch out your toes. So your toes are nice and wide and you feel the toes plugged into the earth. So just have a little rock backwards and forwards. Now, if you're pregnant, your centre of gravity is going to be pulled forward. So you might want to readjust. So you're finding, imagine the four corners of your feet, underneath the big toe, the little toe, and underneath the heels. So you're really plugged into all those four corners. Good. And then you're just gently going to raise up the knees, so your thigh muscles are squeezing the bones. So you're not locking, but it's a nice lift. Lifting and up through the pelvic floor. I'm going to turn this side and just draw the tailbone down towards the floor. So there's not a thrusting under, but just a gentle tuck. And this engages all the abdominal muscles. So the pubic bone here is just gently going to move towards the sternum here. So you get a nice hugging if you're pregnant of the baby, and if you're postnatal, you get a gentle pull-in of the belly button towards the spine. So I'm going to stand this way now. The shoulders are just gently drawn back. Okay, so the muscles either side of the spine here are being brought together. So what happens quite a lot is this, a bit of a slump. So all we're doing is thinking, I want you to think about a long golden thread being pulled up from the top of your head towards the sky, a bit like a puppet, okay? So that's being drawn up towards the sky. You're planted down into the earth with your feet. The tailbone is drawn down towards the floor, pubic bone just raising up towards the sternum, front of the shoulders back, and the arms are down by the sides. So your neck, if you think about your head just being balanced on the top of your spine, so you have this nice alignment. Mountain pose it's called. So here I am with my baby, Mr. Bean. Okay, so Mr. Bean's about 3 months old. As you know, babies can get very, very heavy. So this is kind of what happens. Hip comes out, the whole pelvis is thrown out of alignment, and you end up with back issues, shoulder issues, hip issues. Okay, so carrying your child on your hip isn't necessarily a bad thing, but as long as you are aligned. So you're being pulled up through the spine, front of the shoulders back, nice open heart, and you can carry them like so. Best thing to carry them is in the midline. So you've got one hand around the front, so that space there is supporting underneath the armpit, and one hand underneath the bottom. And you're holding in the midline, so you're nice and aligned. So that feels lots better. So now I'm just going to show you how to use the cradle hold. So cradle hold with a baby, of course, we all do this. And what happens? You end up looking down all the time, looking at your baby. What happens? You get a sore neck. So whether you're looking, baby gazing, which you should be doing all the time, or feeding, it's really nice just to, every now and again, look away, have a little stretch of the neck, and the other way, and look back. Say hi. And it's good for your baby. So mummy looks away, and then mummy comes back, and you say hi. So you just get a chance just to loosen up through the spine. So the same thing with fireman's hold. So fireman's hold, another lovely hold over your shoulder. So you're thinking about the shoulders dropped away from the ears. And again, the front of the shoulders moving back. And that long golden thread being pulled up from the crown of your head. Remember, in all these positions, you have the opportunity, now these shoulders are back, to breathe a little bit easier. So some nice deep breaths. Okay, so there you have it, a nice aligned posture. Again, feet are plugged firmly into the ground, a gentle lift up through the thighs, pelvic floor raised, belly button into the spine. An open chest, the front of the shoulders moved back, hands are down by your side, unless you're holding baby, and just drawing the shoulder blades together to hug the spine. And the head is just drawn up like a golden thread is being pulled up to the sky, and it feels so much nicer. I hope that's useful. See you again.